And welcome to Story Time today. Thank you so much for joining us on this lovely Thursday. And we are reading Intersection Allies. We make room for all. Yes, indeed, one of my favorites and a very, very appropriate book for the times that we're living in. One that helps educate and inform. Absolutely. And of course, if you're interested, there's an education guide for this book. So if you're able to get that, I encourage you at home and also educators to get a copy, and so you can go through those amazing lessons in there. I've been able to use some of them with my own students, and I absolutely recommend it. So yes, welcome today to this Thursday to Story Time, and we are reading Intersection Allies. And this one is Intersection Allies, We Make Room for All, and it is written by Chelsea Johnson, Toya Council, and Carolyn Choi, and of course illustrated by Ashley Seil Smith. Yes, good morning to you and welcome to Story Time. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Good morning to you, Tudo, how are you doing? Yes, in San Francisco. And good morning to you, Madalena Ayen. Thank you so much for joining us. And of course, good evening to you, Sonia Abrantes and João Tiago. How are you doing? And you're all the way out in Portugal. Yes, good evening to you. Thank you so much for joining us. Heather, right here in Oakland, how are you doing? Sekam Mbazira and Kitumire, how are you doing today? Heather, do you like how that just flowed out today? Yes, yes, good morning to you boys. How are you doing? Jennifer Veda, how are you? Good to see you. Thank you so much. Yes, and you say good morning to all the allies. Indeed. Thank you so much, Jennifer Veda. Good morning to you. How are you doing? Lucy and Wally, how are you doing today? And you say, looking forward to this one. I promise you, you're in for a treat. This is a must read, must have for sure. Good morning to you, Anne. And of course, good morning to you, Archie, as well. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. And to Subira, oh my goodness. Oh, I was so proud of myself thinking I got it. Oh man, to Subira, how are you doing? I am so sorry. Good morning to you. Oh my goodness. All right, to Subira, Sekama, and Bazira, how are you today? Thank you for joining in and thank you for the correction. Anais, good morning to you, and you say you're joining in with your lovely grandma. Well, grandma, welcome to Story Time. I hope you enjoy this one. Nice to meet you. And does grandma have a name? Good morning to you. And good morning to you, K Coffee, as well. How are you doing? And Axel, hopefully you're also fine today. Thank you so much. Good morning to you, Cosby Cullen and his friend Zeki, all the way out in Delaware, Ohio. How are you doing? Good to see you back here, Cosby and Cullen. And of course, nice to meet you, Zeki, as well. Thank you so much for joining us. And I hope I got your name correct. Yes. Good morning to you, Ellen Edwards, in sunny Chicago, you say. And we're here in cloudy Oakland. How is it where you are? Good morning to you, all the way out in LBC. Good morning to you, Clay, Chriselle, and Camille, and of course, Rocco. How are you doing? Good to see you today. Thank you so much for joining in, as always. Good morning to you, Heather, one more time. Thank you so much. Harmony Beth, good morning to you. Good as always to see you. How are you doing today? I hope you're ready for this one. Yes, Intersection Allies. We make room for all. And good morning to you, Stephanie Martinez Madrid, and you're joining in with Roman. Yes, good morning to you. Please let us know where you're joining us from. Good morning, Roman. Good to see you, and welcome to Story Time. Good morning to you, Rachel Reed Mudenda in El Paso, Texas. How are you today? Good to see you. And Grandma Audrey, thank you so much for joining us. Anais, as always, on point. Good morning to you. Andriana Clay, good to see you. Artist in Auckland, it's been a minute. I am glad you are here. And you say, oh, part of kindergarten routine now. Thank you so much. I am so happy for you. I hope you have a great year. And I hope someday we can actually... Are you going in school in person, artists, or are you doing it online? Good morning to you. And Maria Antonia, how are you doing today? Thank you for joining in as always. We are going to get started with Intersection Allies. We make room for all. But before we go into that one, of course, just a few reminders as well that this one is a social-emotional learning pick for Be the Change Library in Auckland, and they have an event on the 29th of August. So do check out where that is. Check it out on our platforms as well as on the Be the Change mobile library platform and also Instagram page. Yes, and Rachel, the one that is running that program, is doing amazing work. So do join them for that and help support. And of course, this is being read with permission of Toya Press, and it is written by Chelsea Johnson, Toya Council, and Carolyn Choi. And it's illustrated by Ashley Seil Smith. All right, so let's get started with Intersection Allies. We make room for all. I had to show you that. I love it. A few pages to go through, but we made it. We're there. All right. Witness the lives of a bold group of friends. If one is in need, another defends. Age is one trait that each of them share, but kids' lives are unique, as you will soon be aware. Each child has a story and their own point of view, filled with passion and power, just like you. My name is Alejandra, but I go by Ali. I use a chair, but it doesn't define me. Instead, it allows me to zip, glide, and play. When I need to get through, friends help make the way. Yes, as all good friends should do. Where there's room for some, we make room for all. Friends can be allies, no matter how small. I'll read that one more time. Where there's room for some, we make room for all. Friends can be allies, no matter how small. Hello, I am Parker. After school every day, Ali's family takes care of us both while we play. My mom works hard to provide for me. Her love's the source of our stability. Not toys or money, nor treasures untold. Community care is more precious than gold. Skirts and frills are cute, I suppose, but my superhero cape is more Kate than those bows. Some may be confused that a kid like me can wear what I want and be proud and carefree. My friends defend my choices and place. A bathroom, like all rooms, should be a safe space. My name is Adila. And just like Kate, what I wear inspires endless debate. Some give, some chant, some sing, some pray. My hijab is my choice. You can choose your own way. The clothes that you wear never justify hatred. Clothes can be playful, simple, or sacred. Covered, adorned, or with casual flair, my body's my own. I dress it with care. My name is Nia, and with what's on the news, it's easy to be frightened or sing the blues. For her, for them, for him, and for me, we all deserve to breathe and be free. For her, for them, for him, and for me, we all deserve to breathe and be free. The color of our skin is no reason to hide. We protest for safety, equality, and pride. Our friends join along in solidarity and love. This is the stuff that allies are made of. Absolutely. Safety also includes our trees and air, the land we've called home, our places of prayer. I am Dakota, and like my ancestors, my tribe and I are water protectors. From profit and power, we stand up to preserve our nations, our cultures, and the respect we deserve. My name is Gloria. Y tengo 7 años. After school, it's to la fruteria I go. Trabajo cada día junto a mi madre. Vendemos piña dulce y mangos con chile. Oh, sounds delicious. Yes. Pineapples, sweet pineapples, mangoes with chile. Absolutely amazing. My language and savvy allow us to thrive. I've got hopes and dreams and skills and drive. Working together makes us both more secure. I am a daughter, a partner, and an entrepreneur. My name is Heejung, and I was born in Seoul. I moved here when I was 5 years old. I am part of what's called the 1.5 generation. My parents and I span 2 different nations. Like Gloria, I am a help to my mother by translating her one word to another. When the landlord tells me, you can pay me next Friday, I repeat in Korean. Here we go, Mr. Limada in Korean. Let's go. I repeat in Korean. Oma, rento teomju kumyo nedo dede. We navigate life in our own home together because kids have the skills to make every day better. Yes, we navigate life in our new home together because kids have the skills to make every day better. Absolutely. My name is Yuri, and I am new to this place. Heejung's family welcomed me with love and with grace. Finding refuge meant traveling far from home. I sailed, I flew, I rode, I roamed. Escaping violence, war, heartache, and intrusion, we came to this nation seeking dreams and inclusion. From near, from far, from here, from there, we are more than our origins. We all deserve care. From near, from far, from here, from there, we are more than our origins. We all deserve care. Race, religion, citizenship, class, and ability. Each of these intersects to form identity. Age, gender, size, and skin color, too, can make living life different for a friend than for you. Barriers and biases are often to blame. We strive to be equal, but not all the same. Life's ups and downs can take many forms, but standing together, we will rewrite the norms. And remember, where there is room for some, we make room for all. Friends can be allies, no matter how small. The end. Thank you so much for joining in this morning for this powerful book. I cannot say it enough. I love this book, and just the message that is in there right now and in the world that we're living in is much needed. But I hope you found it uplifting and, yes, encouraging to continue doing what's right and to continue to be allies, much needed allies for everybody out there. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. And also, just a heads up, remember that this book has a teacher's guide to go with it. So if you're an educator, and right now I feel like every parent too is an educator at home, there's conversations to be had, and this can allow you to start those conversations, to develop those conversations. So if you can, get Intersection Allies and also get the teacher guide. I've used it in my classroom and highly recommend it. It is a great conversation starter, and of course, not just starting conversations, but having meaningful conversations with our little ones. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. As always, appreciate you, and I hope together, starting a morning like this, we're able to share something beautiful, some encouraging words, and indeed motivate us to do what is right. Thank you so much for joining in this morning. And yes, you can find this book on the platforms. Look at the link below and see where you can get yourself a copy. Or indeed, check it out at your local library. Jen Veda libraries are running, and Jen Veda, our local librarian right here, will be able to advise on where you could go. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime today. Let us see who else is with us. Yes, Maria Antonia, one more time, good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining in. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you. All right, and Stefani, sorry, you say first time from Berkeley. Awesome. Oh, good. Thank you so much for joining in. And I think that was Roman, right? Roman joining in with Stefani today. Thank you so much for joining us, and welcome to Storytime. And I think you picked just the right book to start with. And there are so many more that you can check out on all the Storytime platforms. Thank you for coming here, and we hope to see you again when we come back tomorrow for a very funny book. As always, Friday, we're keeping it light, and we will be reading the boring book. But trust me, there is nothing boring about this book other than the title. Do join in for that one. Good morning to you, Jade and Ava Scarlett. Thank you so much for joining in today. And it says, it sounds like a book from Ava Scarlett, watching with my, oh, beautiful, beautiful Ava. Love it. And you're watching with your ferrets. Thank you so much for joining in. Adriana, good to see you. And you say, Otis is at Glenview. Well, congratulations, Otis. And I know, crazy way to start school, but continue doing it. And we are rooting for you. Storytime is rooting for you. Keep going, Otis. Thank you so much. Karen, how are you doing? Oh, thank you so much. Well, love you back. Thank you so much for that encouragement. Yes, we all need to hear that encouragement, those beautiful messages. Keep them coming. Thank you so much, Karen. Let us know where you're joining from and who indeed is joining in with you, if anybody. But if you're alone, you are still very welcome to this community. And to you, Darky Sherpa, good to see you. Yes, it has been a minute, but I am happy you're here. And you say you've been missing because of online school. I know right now people are at school, so our times may not align, but I am happy to see you here. Thank you so much. And I hope Maya and Pema are doing great as well. Thank you so much. All right. All right, good to hear that. And oh my goodness, all the way out in Australia, Perth. And you say, great story. Good morning to you, Dean Vivarelli. Good to see you. And the little frog with the bottle top hat. Yes, if you never saw that book, please do check it out on the Storytime links. And of course, see where you can get yourself a copy. Good morning to you. Or is it good evening right now? All the way out in Australia, Dean Vivarelli, thank you so much for joining in, my brother. Appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. And good morning to you, Harmony Beth. One more time, you say, we all deserve care. Absolutely. Thank you so much. harmony for that one. Andrea, you're saying you're joining in from Sweden. Good morning to you. And who is joining in with you? Andrea Landgren. Thank you so much for joining us. Oh my goodness. And of course to you, Callan and Cosby, you say what an amazing book. Absolutely. I cannot sing enough praises about this book. I love it, and the messages is just so powerful and empowering and so much needed. Thank you so much. And Brevman, to you, Lucy and Wally, thank you so much for joining us. So timely and important, you say. Absolutely agree. Thank you so much. Din Vivarelli, thank you as always. Appreciate it. Oh my goodness. Karen, you say uplifting. Absolutely. Oh, so many messages I'm agreeing with right now. And Lucy, thank you, thank you, thank you. And Wally, have yourselves a beautiful day. Jen Veda, you're getting a big shout out from Karen Ann Chiba. Thank you so much, Karen. Jen Veda, hooray for librarians. Absolutely. Very important, especially now when we need those books, and we need to get them to everybody, not just those that have access, but let's make sure we give access. And libraries are one way that we can encourage our families to go out and have access to many great books. Patience Meter, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Justine and Jojo, good morning to you. You're joining in with Amber Brown. Kate Coffee, you say, oh, thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Axel, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. And Anais, have yourself a lovely day. Yes, a big hug from Mr. Limada, Anais. Thank you so much. Leon and Mateo, I hope your start to the school year is going great, and I hope we'll be back on the soccer field together very soon. Good morning to you. Ruth, Mona Lisa and Swana, it's been a minute, but good to see you today. All the way out in Kitwe, Zambia, you're joining in with Zoe. Good morning to you. Is it good evening all the way out there? Thank you so much for joining in. Ruth, Mona Lisa and Swana with Zoe, good morning to you. Oh, Ingrid Didi Mugamia. It has been long indeed, but thank you so much for joining in. Please remind me the boys' names again. Thank you so much for joining us today. Mateo, have a good one. Leon, have a good one. Thank you so much. Ingi Didi Mugamia. Yes, let me know the names, but thank you so much for joining in Story Time today, everybody. Remember to join us again tomorrow for The Boring Book. But then do join us again next week after that. But we're here tomorrow. We're here 10:30 Pacific time live, but you can also catch the recordings after, and of course on Instagram as well as YouTube. And for me, it is much love as always, and I will see you tomorrow when we are back for The Boring Book. Yes, have yourselves a beautiful day. Hugs and love. Bye-bye.